Alright, we're back. First of all, I just want to say I appreciate the support in all my videos, especially the how I peak one. If you haven't seen that video, I highly suggest you check it out if you're trying to get better at PvP in Tarkov. Speaking about the video, I mentioned something about my aim being set to a bracket. Alright, these are my keybinds. I don't often show this because it's weird and confusing. The weirdest one you'll probably notice will be the aim, which is set to a bracket, which allows me to hold to ADS and hold breath at the same time. I'm not going to get into that in this video though. Well, we're gonna get into it with this video and all my other keybinds. Okay, we're gonna go top down from this. So WASD is default, obviously. Smoothly lean right and left is E and 2. It's just what I'm comfortable with. It took me a little bit to get used to it, but once I did, I was fine with it. It's the same as having Q, pretty much like E and Q. 2 is right above W for me. It's easy to hit, you know. Fire is the same, left mouse button. Aim is set to a bracket, and hold breath is also set to a bracket because I have a macro setup. I'm going to show you guys the macro. This is the macro. It took me a while to set up to get it right, but I got it working. Some of you are probably looking at this like, what the f is going on? Some of you who use Logitech are probably familiar with this software because it's built into the mouse. No, it's not a script. My mouse literally has 11 buttons on it, so it's built for macros. The reason it's set to a bracket is because I'm never going to use those keys in Tarkov. So if you use brackets for whatever reason, just switch it to keys that you don't use. And by the way, the only reason I've made this macro is because there's literally no other way to get around it. This game tries to force you to tap ADS, but I don't want to tap ADS in one game when I hold ADS in literally every other game. And when I talk about continuous versus press, for those of you who don't know, if you have your aim on press and hold breath on release, you can aim in and hold breath with one click. And obviously you can't do that if you want to hold to ADS. That's what this macro allows you to do. Alright, moving on, we got our switch between sights. It's on my mouse wheel, doesn't interfere with anything, it's just what I'm used to. I got my scope magnification on Q. A lot of people ask me why I don't have normal leans on my Q and E or E and 2 like I currently have. It's because it interferes with your WASD. Unless you have a weird setup going, you can't lean and move at the same time. If you're thinking about changing the keybinds, prioritize WASD. You always want to be moving. You don't want to restrict your movement. I got my VoIP on K, it's binded to my mouse, it's set to a macro. The phrase menu, so that's basically the UI. I don't use it often, so the letter U is fine. Check time and exits. There's no need to have both of them on, so I like the check time and exits. It's more efficient. Also switched it from double click to press. Toggle tactical devices is set to my alt key, and switch tactical device mode is a macro on my mouse. For this mouse specifically, you can move your mouse wheel to the left and right, and it's a click. So that's what I have it bounded to. I haven't used emergency weapon reload since last wipe when it used to drop your mag on the ground. I know they changed it, but I've still never had to use it. My drop backpack is set to press Z. By default, it's double click, but we like to be efficient over here. Next magazine and previous magazine, I'm pretty sure it's set to default. I don't use it often at all anyways. Check ammo is T. It's T because by default, it was Alt and T, which is what I was used to. I just made it easier on myself and just made it T. Set firing mode. Alright, so a lot of people don't know how to do this. I'm going to show you. You've probably watched somebody and noticed that they switch from full auto to full auto. So how I do that is by triple clicking B. If you copy my exact setup here, you can triple click it and it'll switch it from full auto to full auto. If you're on single, double click it and it'll put it on full auto. It is addicting though, so use it at your own discretion. Check chamber, unload chamber, it's just preference. Detach magazine, you're never going to need that and you can do it in your inventory. Prone, I'm pretty sure X is default. Sprint is continuous. Crouch is my control button. I'm not sure what that other keybind for crouch is. I don't use it. Next and previous walk pose. Again, I don't use it. It's very situational. I'm pretty sure it is default though. Walk is caps. It's just preference. For the blind fires, I don't use them often since the nerf. You can't move with it anymore, so I don't really use it, but that's what it used to be. Sidestep right. I'm never using this unless I'm prone, hence why it's so far from WASD. Sidestep left, I don't use. Inspect current weapon. Yes, I use both my lean buttons to inspect my gun. It's weird as f, but you know, don't fix what ain't broke. Fold and unfold stock. can be whatever you want. My melee is next to my 1 key. My mouse wheel is for my weapons. Scope elevation up and down. Now this is a macro set on my mouse. Screenshot is default. Discard is another macro on my mouse. Hold breath, we've already gone into that. Icons toggle, I'm not sure what that is. I don't use it either way. And that's it. That's all my keybinds. If I do update it, I'll post it in my Discord. If you're not on my Discord, links in the description. Alongside my Twitch, I'll be live when I post this video. So come by, check me out, say what up. It's very much appreciated. And let me get the obvious out of the way. I know our keybinds are not going to be the same. This is just how I've been using it since last swipe. Obviously, there's going to be things that can change, that can be more efficient, but this is just how I use it. With that being said, I appreciate all the support. Remember to like and comment for the algorithm. I'm trying to finesse it. Thank you once again, live on Twitch.